This video is exactly how it sounds, so if you're not interested in what I'm going to say, you can watch me make cool art and relax. First of all, to everyone who is watching this, you guys are awesome. Thank you for clicking and do consider liking and subscribing. I fell in love with drawing after watching Makoto Shinkai's Garden of Words, so I bought a normal notebook and started drawing Yukino. Having zero knowledge about art, I failed and stopped drawing as soon as I started. Then I started drawing Pokemon, and that came easy with the simple anatomy and no complex lines. Did those for a few days and didn't do anything for months. Saw Your Name, drew Mitsuha, and drew Mitsuha again and didn't do anything for months. Drew Ezio, this time took more than a month and didn't do anything for months after that. So this is how my days of high school went when it came to drawing. I had the will to draw, it was like a fun emotion, but I was too lazy to pick up pencil and scribble away. High school was finally over and I was checking out different art schools abroad, found that I could never afford it. Family problems and financial problems was an old friend, so I learned how to live with it a long time ago. No teacher, no friend had the slightest clue how beautiful and diverse the world of art was, with thousands of opportunities. And so neither did I. Being counseled by friends and teachers, I gave up on art and took the most generic route a commerce student could take, BCom with chartered accountancy. Nobody had the slightest idea that I wanted to be an artist, nobody except for a few good friends. By this time, my friend's dad helped me with a part-time job in his peer's company. I was supposed to be a junior accountant there. My best friend knew about my situation and the salary that I earned was supposed to pay off my coaching fees for CA intermediate exams. All I was supposed to do was clear the first stage of exam. My daily routine consisted of going to college, which started at 6 a.m. and ended at 10 a.m., then go to the part-time job, then in the evening go to the tuition classes for CA's maths and accounts paper. This was how my entirety of 2019 went, from college that was boring to the soul-crushing job of accounting and then tuition classes. The tuition classes were not bad, they were fun because the teachers were fun. And long story short, I failed the basic level of CA examinations by 9 marks, which I now consider to be the best thing that has happened to me. I did not feel sad, I was not depressed then, I just did not feel anything. All my classmates in the college were a bit confused seeing that I was not sad and I was acting normal. Soon the pandemic hit India and the lockdown was initiated. During the lockdown, I stumbled across, or I should say YouTube generously recommended me, Truthless's video about an art advice that changed his life. In that video, he talked about how he drew an ibis every day to improve his art. It is a priceless video and you should check it out. So I found my own ibis to draw every day. I drew Totoro for a week or two and guess what? I stopped again. I stopped again when I tried to create something out of my own head, like the artists I looked up to drew. And for the time when I didn't draw, I felt pathetic, and the more pathetic I felt, the more I became hesitant to pick up the pencil. And then something really interesting happened, almost like a fairy tale. YouTube recommended me Trent Kanyuga's video. He's a concept artist and his video was about how to become a concept artist. And so I was on board the artist train again. So I searched the internet and everything out, or just skimmed through it. And it was like finding the spirit world in Spirited Away. All the paid artist programs were out of my league, and so I stumbled across Drawbox. And damn, the lessons are invaluable there to build on your fundamental skills. I was doing good. I started to upload my Totoros on Instagram, but I stopped again. Again, waking up to doing nothing and going to bed after doing nothing, and with each passing day, the lump in my heart grew bigger and bigger. The lump of self-pity, uselessness, and feeling pathetic and thinking only if there was a teacher meant to tell me what should I do and when should I do. Then my best friend called me and asked why I was not drawing, and we talked. And apparently he was going through a similar kind of thing with his studies for economics honors. So we decided that he will call me every day and tell me to draw, and I would remind him to study for his economics honors. And so I woke up excited the next day to get back to work again, and I called him and told him to study, and he reminded me to draw, like we decided. This was the last week of September, and I ended up participating in October and completed it. Some of my followers left me on Instagram, and some new people replaced them who were interested in my art. It is funny how I had more than 90 followers when my account was empty, and the most of them unfollowed as soon as I started uploading my art. And now I have more than 100 thanks to October 2020. And before I forget, I quit CA when I decided to become a concept artist, which was in the initial months of the lockdown. I quit my soul crushing part time job too. Up until now, I was struggling to find the discipline required to pick up the pen and make the most out of my day. All I was doing was the minimum, and I always felt the same unsatisfying feeling at the end of the day. Luckily, I found Drawing Camp by Cash, and which was finally affordable for me. And my other best friend helped me to come up with a proper schedule which I can stick to and be efficient and make the most out of my day. And with this, I've exhausted all my savings. I use them all up to purchase drawing materials and things that would help me to draw. I know I want to become a professional concept artist, and whether I'm taking 2 or 20 years, I'm gonna get there. You just watch.